So this is the welcoming speech, obviously.
The people of the United States, particularly as gathered here today at the Causeway Hall, St. Lawrence Catholic Church in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Our distinguished panelists, my Lord, spiritual and temporal. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to welcome you to this, our annual Peace Concert and Conversation about a more perfect union, as enshrined in the Constitution of the United States, invoking us to form a more perfect union is calling us to unity. Let us seek peace and pursue it. As we all know, when there is no peace, there is no progress. In search of peace, our conversations last year centered on the importance of the 3 C's and 1 F required for peace, namely communication, commitment, compromise, and of course feedback. Guided by these principles, we form partnerships that will foster our efforts and embolden us to seek greater heights in our pursuit for peace. Accordingly, we have reached out to segments of our society that exemplify these core principles of peace. That is how we reached out to you. It is our hope that today's conversation will deepen our appreciation of the peace within us, the peace among us. That way, we will have laid a solid foundation for peace in our communities. We have chosen to use the founding documents of this great nation, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, as our guiding light. So let us recognize that these documents have done an excellent job of laying a solid foundation for American exceptionalism. After nearly 250 years of independence, where are we? Do we still understand that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among which is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Do we still know that the reason we established peace, strive for just domestic tranquility, provide for common defense, promote the general welfare, is not just to secure the blessings of liberty upon ourselves and our posterity, but also to seek a more perfect union among us. As though we are spreading the word about the peace concept and conversation this year, we have been confronted with some daunting questions, prominent among which is, how can we succeed in world peace, in a world that has been engulfed in conflict since the beginning of time? Christians even make it worse for us when they remind us that the Prince of Peace himself was crucified. But whatever your religious belief or political persuasion, doing nothing is not an option. Moreover, the war did not begin with internet. However, today, internet has bridged the great divide across the world because someone asked the question, if I were you, what would I do differently to make the world a better place? This is the same question we want all of us to ask ourselves every day. Our honest answers will set in motion a mechanism for us to continuously improve ourselves and our society. To help us all in this regard, we have developed an app called If I Were XYZ. This app is your digital platform and partner for peace, conflict resolution, and of course, quality of life improvements. Our 24/7 access to our community conversations centered around peace, conflict resolution and quality of life improvement provides you with continuous and consistent effort to transform your opinions and desires into reality. For this year, we will broaden our partnerships and collaboration with peace-loving organizations and individuals to seek peace from the grassroots. We will also seek to gain access to the United Nations with a view to working with internally displaced people in war-torn zones and conflict areas. This is where we need you. Help us to provide prosthetics to amputees, sanitary towels for girls or girl childs, and small agro-processing efforts in your continent. Through these efforts, we talk to and steer these, your direct mentors, their families and friends to peace. For today, we are gathered here to seek internal peace that will give rise to peace in our communities. Our panelists will guide us in their thought-provoking approach to our conversations today. It is our hope that we will all leave here today with these two guiding paradigms of, if I were XYZ, what would I do differently to change my environment? And the three sets on one end that we talked about earlier. In so doing, we, the people of the United States, can pride ourselves to be making a constant and consistent effort at forming a more perfect union among us, both here and elsewhere. Let us leave this event today determined to walk the walk and talk the talk as peace messengers. With peace in our hearts, let us fly from place to place, spreading our wings to be the peace we desire, the peace we deserve. Gathered here under the banner of peace and unity, we invite each of you to commit to one action over the next 30 days that brings us towards a more perfect union. There is a serious tension between the ideal of a perfect unity and the realities of injustice that exist here and globally. Reality: over 9 million children in the US experience food insecurity each year. Contradiction: in the wealthiest country on the globe, this hunger still exists in rural communities and inner cities. Reality: US has one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the world among wealthy nations. Georgia is near the top of that list. The high death rates are highest among blacks and Native American women. Contradiction is, we always think that money is no issue. It is the distribution of wealth and access to care. Worldwide, an estimated 57.7 million people were living with limbs amputations in 2017, primarily due to traumatic causes. That population is 2.1 million in the United States. Globally, around 500 million women and girls lack adequate access to menstrual products and facilities needed for menstrual hygiene management. This statistics is mind-boggling for a world that knows that the health of a community is directly tied to the health of the women in that community. Approximately 2 billion people, or just over 25% of the world population, are involved in subsistence farming. Cottage food processing startups who greatly improve the quality of life of this population. Your $100 a day will go a long way into changing the quality of life of this population, revealed by the above statistics. It will provide a fertile ground for community dialogues with the potential for conflict resolution and peace. We work with our resident partners to make sure that every of your contributions have the greatest impact. We also provide you with direct access to communities benefiting from your benevolence. You have taken the first step. You are here now. Now, what will you do? What shall we do? What can we do together? Thank you for your support. Let us remember that no justice, no peace. Let me conclude with a paraphrase of the words of a great civil rights leader, Dr. Martin Luther King. If for any reason you cannot fly, run. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, please crawl. But whatever you do, please keep moving forward towards peace, towards a more perfect union. Make that decision to do something for peace today. As you do this, may God continue to bless you. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much for your time.